Say hi.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Erin Peters, the Executive Director of the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center. Thank you for joining us this morning at the 19th Annual Circle of Strength. And happy World Mental Health Day, which happens to be today. Gosh, those pictures make me a little teary because the strength of our circle is being tested in all kinds of ways this year, with technology this morning only being the latest of the many changes and challenges that we're all navigating. But everyone connected to the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center, whether clients, staff, volunteer, or supporter, are resilient, dedicated, and giving. That's the best combination to get us through these times. I've got my tea here. I hope you do too, or coffee, if that's more the jolt you'll need. I've also got my lipstick. This is actually the first time since March that I've applied lipstick. So you know, it's a very special day today. Ordinarily at this point, I'd be taking care of housekeeping items at Riverside, like telling you where the restroom is. But I'm going to leave that up to you to figure out this morning for yourself. I will remind you, you are muted, and please stay muted, and you can turn off your camera. You can minimize the participant view as well so you can see the whole program. We're recording the program today, and it'll be available on our YouTube channel a little later. If you have any technical questions as we get started here, or during the whole program, choose NCCIT from the participant list, and you can put in the chat box your question there. So to get us started this morning, I want to introduce Nancy Potter, the president of our board of directors, who will be offering a blessing this morning. I'll be handing off to our speakers using this Circle of Strength logo. Another reminder that we're all connected to our circle. Nancy?
Thank you, Erin. And good morning. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center, welcome to our 19th Annual Circle of Strength. Wow, what a year this has been already. I don't know about you, but it's been a challenge for me, and there have been times it's been very difficult to stay centered or grounded. But I have found some tricks, and two things that have helped me are staying connected with family and friends and doing good in the world as best I can, trying to help other people. So if those techniques have been helping you as well, you're in luck. Today's a twofer. We are in the best company here, and we will do great good together today. Just like us, the staff at the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center has had to adapt and adjust during this challenging time, and they really have done that. Today, we'll be learning more about some of the ways that this agency has continued to meet critical needs in the community despite everything else going on in the world. And that, friends, is cause for celebration. Will you join me in a prayer of blessing. Source of all goodness, thank you for the good hearts gathered here today. Thank you for the vision, determination, and the grit of the founders of the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center, Sisters Barbara, Sarah, and Lisa. And thank you for the skill and steadfastness of the staff of the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center. Thank you for all the many ways in which they have continued to carry out the founders' mission of providing first-rate mental health care for all, regardless of faith or finances, regardless of the circumstances. Please bless the clients of the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center. Bless them and their loved ones. Please keep them all safe. Please bless the staff. Please strengthen them and give them support in their work. And please bless all of us here today. Help us to hear and to heed the call to walk humbly with you and do justice in the world. Please give us your peace. Amen. And now, friends, it's time to celebrate. Back to you, Erin.
Thank you so much, Nancy. It is indeed time to celebrate. We appreciate that wonderful blessing. As our Circle of Strength Committee made plans to take this event virtual, one of the things we pondered is, how do we connect everyone? We couldn't do it in the traditional way, having everyone socialize in a big room, and Zoom just isn't quite the same. But we did decide that music would be a great way to make connection. It's a universal language of love and caring. We have two talented table hostesses, Joyce Campbell and Barbara Bridge, who are going to lead us this morning. Please sing along. The words are below. Joyce, Barbara.
Thanks, Erin. And now, Barbara Bridge and I will sing Hold On to Love by Jesse Manibusan. There is a place for the sadness. Hold on to love. There is a season of gladness. Hold on to love. When pain and confusion seem endless, hold on to love. We cultivate healing through kindness. Hold on to love. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love. Hold on. When prejudice poses as freedom, hold on to love. Dignity means all are welcome. Hold on to love. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love. Hold on to love.
And back to you, Erin.
Thank you so much, Joyce and Barbara. That was just great. It is love that will get us through these times. And it is with real love and affection I introduce to you a triple treat this morning. That would be NCC's founding sisters, Sister Barbara Kennedy, Sister Sarah Deeby, and Sister Lisa Sheridan. Barbara?
Sister Sarah and Lisa and I are joining you from the backyard of our mother house in Omaha, Nebraska. It's a beautiful day, not too hot, not too cold, just right, at least for today. So thank you for allowing us to be with you. I'm sure all of you have heard the African saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it also takes a village to strengthen and grow the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center. And that village is you, our board of directors, Aaron, our staff, and our volunteers. Together, we continue to make the impossible possible. Together, we continue to provide hope and healing to all people, regardless of faith or finances. Thank you for that.
We can't even begin to imagine how painful this last year has been for you, our friends and loved ones in Oregon and Washington. The pandemic, the riots, the fires, and also your own personal struggles. It makes it so much more meaningful that you are here participating and supporting today. With you, we continue to be the circle of strength. Together, we will work at holding on to love and then using those gifts for those that we serve. We thank you for letting us be with you today. We are keeping you in our hearts and in our prayers. Back to Portland. Aaron?
Thank you so much, Sister Barbara, Sister Sarah, Sister Lisa. It is really your vision and your passion and compassion that have brought us all here today, working together to bring mental health care to any woman or child in need. As you said, it really does take a village. In fact, both this event and our counseling work in general couldn't happen without the assistance of many, many people. For our event today, we have a number of people to thank, starting with our sponsors who help make Circle of Strength possible. In our Platinum Circle is Pacific Residential Mortgage, Deb Habel and Bruce Gulliver. Deb is a longtime table hostess too, and she's here with her table mates today. Thank you so much for your generosity. Our Gold Circle sponsors include Marilyn and Tom Fink, Pacific Seafood, Sisters of Providence, Weston Kia Buick GMC, and Providence Health and Services. We have a great group from Providence supporting NCC today. Providence Health and Services has just been a longtime supporter of our work. Next in our Bronze Circle is Northwest Law Firm, and Christine Tracy is here with her table today. She never misses a Circle of Strength. She's fabulous. Also joining in to help is Matchlight Video, who's assisting in making our virtual world a real one. And I have to tell you, we thought about renaming Matchlight Video in the Zoom to Superman because Tim Garrett has done a great job. It's been a big project. A number of people help with our music, including St. Andrew's Catholic Church, you may have recognized where the singing was happening, Oregon Catholic Press, Ken Willett played guitar, he's on our board of directors, Alex Batista, and Compass Records Group and Red House Records for the copyright. Many volunteers join in to help for this event, including the members of our event committee. They are so generous with their time and energy. They didn't have an opportunity to bake you brownies this year like they usually do, but they did so many other things to make today possible. Our wonderful board of directors are devoted to our work and assist and guide an NCC in a myriad of ways. Most are hosting tables today too, so thank you for your service. And NCC has the most passionate and committed staff. Over the last several months, they've been struggling themselves with the pandemic, homeschooling, and the fires. Even through that, NCC staff has spent each and every day walking with clients who are battling depression, healing from sexual trauma, dealing with grief, learning new ways to cope with anxiety. We are grateful for all of them and so happy to see so many of them joining us today. A special shout out to Kim Berberick, NCC's Development Associate. She has been critical and, more importantly, unflappable as we have put this new way of doing Circle of Strength together. Thank you so much, Kim. I'd like to introduce you to another staff member right now. You may recall last year at this event, I announced and introduced the new Levantar program, which provides culturally and linguistically tailored mental health care to native Spanish speakers, no matter what the financial, legal, or personal situation. We started with 2 therapists working part-time, and now, thanks to your support and with the help of Providence Health and Services, the Murdoch Charitable Trust, and the Oregon Community Foundation, we've hired Marty Diaz-Dom as the program's first full-time director. We couldn't be more thrilled to have her. Marty?
Thank you, Erin. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Marty, as Erin said. I've been working in the Levantar program officially as of June 1st. And in that time span, we've made connections with several, actually all of the Latino network providers in our area. Some of them are the Latino Network, for example, and Puentes, just to name 2. In the past weeks, we've seen a great deal of intake with Latino clients that would not have this service had it not been for the Levantar program. Some of the clients that I have never been in counseling before. It's something that they've never been able to do. Levantar program is able to provide this service to our community, to kids in the community, many of which have gone through a great deal of trauma and have not really assessed it. As an educator for 23 years prior to this position, I knew that my community needed a program just like the Levantar program to be able to address the mental issues of being an immigrant, of being in a new country. And this program does just that. It allows parents, students, couples, many people that have not been able to seek or to see a therapist. So I'm very grateful to be a part of not only Northwest Catholic Counseling Center, I'm also very proud to be a member of its staff, and I'm very proud to be the director of this program. I believe it's needed, and I want to thank you all for all the work that you've done to make this possible. Thank you. And now back to Erin.
Thank you, Marty. You know, as Marty mentioned, as word has started to get out about the Levantar program, we've more than doubled the number of clients we've seen in the past 3 months. Of course, a number of both Levantar counseling sessions and our regular counseling sessions have been over the phone and by video. As the COVID-19 pandemic took hold in April, our staff scrambled to get technology in place, safety protocols set up, and frequent communication out to our clients to make sure that no one lost access to care. NCC didn't miss a single day of offering therapy. You know, as the weeks rolled into months and added upheavals layered on, job losses and the sometimes catastrophic economic fallout, the brutal murder of George Floyd and our country's long overdue reckoning around racial inequality, and the horrific fires killing people all over the West Coast and destroying lifetimes of hard work. And then there's the toxic political rhetoric. Through it all, our board and staff have continued to ask one important question: how can we best support our clients? We've had to keep that support top of mind because the effects on mental health over the last few months are staggering and grim. 57% of women say their mental health is worse now than it was before the pandemic because of depression, anxiety, grief, fears over things like job loss or having enough money to pay bills, or concern over kids and homeschooling, other problems and pressures. 57%. That's close to 2 out of 3 women in the United States. During the month of June, nearly 11% of Americans reported they had considered suicide. That's double the number of just a year ago. 11%. If you think about how many people are in your book club or in your church or your office, 11%, that gives you some idea of the seriousness of the problem with suicide that we're now facing. And no one is spared from the mental health effects and challenges we are facing. 7 out of every 10 teenagers say they are struggling with their mental health, often anxiety or depression. 2020 has shown us mental health matters, and access to it should not depend on your job, your race, or the size of your bank account. Unfortunately, though, that is the reality we are currently living in. Lower income people have a harder time getting both physical and mental health care. And the pandemic has highlighted the shocking, truly shocking inequalities in healthcare for communities of color, with the gaps being vast, including appropriate and timely mental health care. You know, it doesn't have to be like this. Oregon doesn't have to be nearly last of all the states in access to mental health care. And all of us being here today shows we care about these numbers, these statistics, and we care about what that looks like in our community. You know, the waiter at our favorite restaurant, or the checker at our grocery store, our next door neighbor, a friend, a relative. These statistics are real people. It reminds me of a story of a client who came to NCC in our early days. This is back in the 1980s, as the recession that originally prompted the center's founding dragged on. It was a client of Sister Barbara's. I'll call her Carol. When Carol collapsed in our waiting room, she said she hadn't eaten in 2 days. She had been placed in the impossible situation so many people now find themselves in. Do I use my limited money to pay rent or to buy food? Carol chose rent. Because of your support, we were able to help Carol as she struggled with both poverty and depression. Because of your support, we were able to cut our sliding scale fee to just $1 per session in April, as clients lost jobs, lost health insurance, but still needed mental health care to keep going. Because of your support, we were able to help the next person I want to introduce you to, and that's Amy. Amy's our client speaker today. Her counselor told me Amy's transformation in counseling was truly remarkable. Her unique skills and warmth and joy coming forward. I found equally incredible and humbling Amy's strength and courage. I feel honored today to introduce you to Amy.
Hi, my name is Amy, and I sought out counseling services at NCC just over 3 years ago. What brought me to NCC or to counseling in general, is that I am a survivor of childhood abuse, including physical, emotional, and sexual. I was raised by a single mother who, in retrospect, is a narcissist. They were very micromanaging when it came to my life. She was abusive, physically and emotionally, more so emotionally. It was daily, hourly, every moment of my life until I separated from her when I was 19. Just a constant stream of negativity thrown at me for why I didn't do this, why I didn't do that, why I chose to do my homework after school rather than cleaning the house. It was a lot of abuse that as a child never made sense to me. As I got older and became an adult, still didn't make sense to me. And it was just a lot of pain surrounding my upbringing. I am stunted in a lot of ways in the sense that I didn't develop a lot of methods to deal with processing my emotions because they were squashed out of me as a child. I was told how to behave, how to think, how to be. And if I didn't act accordingly to my mother's wishes, then I would get hit from it, or yelled at for an extended period of time, and punished as well. in addition to all of this happening as a child, we also had my babysitter's brother who, starting when I was very, very young, and that occurred over 3 years, had proceeded to sexually assault and rape me, with my mother knowing what had been happening to me, but not necessarily knowing who, yet not taking any measures to control who I was exposed to, not trying. She didn't attempt any effort into getting the abuse to stop. She didn't try to find out who it was, who I was being exposed to, nothing. And instead just continued to try and control my life. This continued through high school, through college. I separated from my mother my freshman year of college. I was 19. And after that, have been on my own, supporting myself financially and just trying to live my life. Because of the amount of abuse I received at such a young age and all the different types, I, as an adult, did not understand how to process my emotions, my reactions, and I also didn't know when some of those reactions were just, I had been triggered by a trauma of my past. And I started to have fights with friends. My inability to process my childhood traumas were starting to negatively reflect in my friendships, my relationships with family. At work, I would have issues with attitude and talking back just because I was constantly on the defense, not realizing that the current situation wasn't what was bothering me, but my inability to process what had happened to me before. After speaking with my manager at the time, where I was working at a nonprofit high school, she referred me to NCC, and I reached out immediately. I knew I needed counseling for a very long time. As I had mentioned, I was taking care of myself financially starting at the age of 19. I had no insurance, no ability to pay hundreds of dollars every week to go and see a professional therapist. So when I found out about NCC, I was relieved and excited. I reached out immediately. I was set up with someone very quickly, and we were able to calculate a weekly fee for their services that I could afford. And if there was ever a week where I couldn't afford that week session, their sliding scale offered me the ability to still see my counselor that week, but where I was able to pay double on the next time, which I used a few times and greatly appreciated it. It has been a little more than a year and a half since I finished my sessions. I went regularly for 2 years. And since then, I am amazed at who I have been able to become. I'm no longer crippled by my anxiety. I no longer live in fear of constantly being triggered. I've learned tools and methods on how to handle my strong emotional reactions, on how to assess situations, to understand that it's not the current situation that might be upsetting me, but it's just, lingering feelings of past traumas and the way that I felt at the time. I've also moved out to the East Coast this year, which has been a lifelong goal of mine. And honestly, I never ever thought, especially before therapy, that it was something that I could accomplish. So I am forever grateful for NCC and their sliding scale and ability to pay based off income. If it weren't for them, if it weren't for my counselor in those sessions, I really don't know who I would be now. So I have highly recommended them. I still highly recommend NCC to anyone that I know back in the area, that their services were wonderful, and I am who I am today thanks to their help. So thank you.
Thank you. Wow, what a moving story. to be asked to follow that story, well, it's an honor. I couldn't be more thrilled to be here today to talk to you about how you can help support the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center. My name is Janice Romano, and I am an accountant. I've spent the last 10 years helping the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center until recently doing their books. And I can tell you firsthand that every dollar they spend is put to great use. The Northwest Catholic Counseling Center has been doing this for 34 years, providing affordable, compassionate mental health services for women and their families. When the pandemic hit, they did not miss a beat. They pivoted. They worked with their clients, they worked with their staff, their community partners, and they were able to bring telehealth services online to continue to offer services safely. In the last year, they have done 5,000 appointments for over 700 women and children. I don't know about you, but I've spent some time these last months thinking of the people who have been on quarantine, who maybe haven't been in safe situations or situations that have been isolating. And I've been glad to know that this organization is one that is out there showing up every day. This is the part of the program where I get to ask you to show up also. I'm going to take you through some of the items. I do have some notes to help me get through it. I don't want to make a mistake. All right, so we are going to talk about giving today. I'm going to mention a number of different ways you can give, a number of different levels you can give, but I want to assure you that whatever works for you will be appreciated, especially the money from this event, which can go to wherever the greatest need is. I've been told that there will be a link. There is a link in your chat, and this is the easiest way to donate online if you're able to go through that link. But if you're not, don't worry. I'm going to take you through everything, and we have a couple of other options. You can text this year. You just want to text the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 503-461-0225. Again, that's GIVE to 503-461-0225. When you click the link to go to the website, you'll be going to a secure website. Your credit card information will not be saved. If there's any problems, you can expect a call from the Northwest Catholic Counseling staff. If you still would rather do a check like you've done in the past, no problem. They'll be happy to accept a check. Just go ahead and write on the thing COS on the memo line for Circle of Strength, and we can get that assigned to where it's supposed to go. That check can be sent to us at our Northeast Sandy address. I say us like I work here. Okay, so let's go to the webpage and take a look so that we can go through all of the instructions. When you first get to the webpage, the first thing you'll notice are two different buttons, one for one-time only giving and one for monthly. If you select the one-time only giving, that's exactly what it says it is. You'll be giving today an amount that feels appropriate to you. I just want to let you know that any gift over $150 today will be matched by a generous anonymous donor up to $10,000. If you decide to give of the one-time only gift, you'll see that the staff has provided some ideas of where that money might go. $150 might cover one counseling session with one person. Let them know that you're thinking of them. If you can do a little more, $250 might bring a grief counselor to a school classroom or some workplace where a tragedy has occurred. There's so many things. If you can give more, those options are there. If you've thought about it and that's too much, that's okay. There's an other button. Click on the other and do whatever you think is appropriate. As a reminder, the $150 will be matched, which is great news, but also if your company matches, there'll be an option in just a few moments for you to go ahead and put in your company's name as well. So I want you to start thinking about that. One of the things that we're offering this year is a charge date. You will see that right below the amounts that are given. The charge date will be either the 10th, which is today, or the 25th. That way, if maybe you haven't got your paycheck yet or you want to think about it for a little bit, they'll go ahead and run the statements on those days if you select that day. Before I get too far along, I want to take you back to the front where it gives you the option of monthly giving. The monthly option will enroll you in the Faithful Friends program. This is a program where you can give every month in a more sustaining way. You may want to give for as long as you can, or you may want to give for a few months with an end date. If that end date comes, you can go ahead and just put that in the comments box later. I'll let you know again where you'll put that in. The Faithful Friends program is a program that's been around for a while and has grown pretty substantially. I've been a faithful friend for a number of years, and over time I can tell you my circumstances have changed, and I've made changes to what I've given. If you have any problems or need to make any changes or need to stop, just call over to the center and Kim will get you right set up. No problem. It's been very easy and a great way to go.
You now have the option to help cover most of the processing costs for running a credit card. Simply select, I accept the additional processing fees to my total payment, and the additional fee will be added to your total payment at the bottom of the page.
The next section asks for your billing information. We do need that to verify your credit card, so go ahead and fill that in. And then right below that, there'll be a place to enter the credit card. If you're having any problems with the site, remember, we also have an option of texting. The number on the text, again, I will give you, 503-461-0225. And that's text GIVE, G-I-V-E. That actually just brings up the site just like it is on the computer on your phone. So it's pretty slick this year.
Just a note, if you would like to give monthly for any amount of time by check, e-check, coming out as a debit out of your checking account rather than on a credit card, this is the only thing the system cannot do automatically. You can call Kim at the center at 503-253-0964, and she will be able to help you handle it over the phone.
After the payment details, we're back at that matching thing. It asks if your company has a match. If they do, go ahead and fill in your company's name and we can get that ball rolling to go ahead and increase your gift or double your impact. Receiving money is great, but we recognize that everybody has different abilities and different resources. And so the next section is another way you can give in addition to or instead of a monetary gift, the other opportunities. There's several boxes there. The first box is to sign up for electronic communication to get that monthly newsletter. That newsletter, I enjoyed staying in touch with what Northwest Catholic Counseling is doing. Every month there's a little story. Sometimes it's about a client story. In my experience, sometimes it's about things going on in the world. It's a great way, maybe a little better than our social media opportunities. The second one is about being a Circle of Strength hostess for this event. It's a rewarding opportunity to be able to participate and bring other friends. I have brought a number of friends over the years to this event, and not a single person has had a bad thing to say. This is a great way to spend a weekend morning. The next option is the party with a purpose. When it's convenient and socially responsible, maybe you want to get together with some friends and talk about something that's meaningful to you. Northwest Catholic Counseling can help you put together a party where you can talk and support an organization such as this. There's an option if you're looking at some of your estate planning to be part of the Legacy Circle. Northwest Catholic Counseling can contact you if you check this box to talk to you more about that. And finally, but not least, by any stretch of the imagination, is volunteer opportunities. I've been in the office around volunteers, and I can tell you that no help is turned away. If there's anything that you feel like you were called to give, please feel free to offer it. I can assure you that whatever efforts you give, either monetarily or in volunteers, your efforts will be multiplied and will lift up our community. The next box, why I give, I encourage you to take a moment and go ahead and write something in this box. Because we're a part, it'll hopefully help you feel connected to our mission for the Northwest Catholic Counseling, but I think also it'll help the staff who's working hard to know how they've connected with the community. It'll be great for them. I really appreciate that this box is here, and I hope you take a moment to fill it out. Finally, there's that notes section. If you remember, if you've decided to give a monthly, this is the part where you fill in if you have an end date in mind. If you just need to share additional information that's pertinent to how things will be, go ahead and write it here. These notes will be read and they will get back to you as soon as they can. As a reminder, earlier you could select either the 10th or the 25th of the month. So you'll want to make sure that you put that in, the 10th today and the 25th. Any other comments, I believe, will go in here. Again, I just want to reiterate what a wonderful opportunity it is to come and talk to you about the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center and how you can support them. I do believe that whatever you can do will go to help make things better in our community. Give this off to Erin.
Thank you, Janice, and thank you so much for your assistance. Thank you too for your great work with us over the last decade. You know, Janice is retiring as our accountant, but as a faithful friend, she continues to be a big impact on NCC. And a huge thank you to Amy too. Amy's story, like so many of the clients that we speak to, are humbling, and I'm so grateful to be part of her journey. Thank you to all of you for your support for the women and children in need mental health care. We couldn't walk with them on their journey if you weren't standing in support of us. Thank you. Now it's time for a bit of fun. When you all bought your raffle tickets online, numbers were generated automatically and they all went together, and then they were pulled at random. So let's see who the big winners are. The first package is Taking Care of Me. We can all use a bit of self-care these days, don't you think? So this collection has all kinds of things that you'll need in it. It has a basket with comfort food, wine, and pasta. There's a whole selection of tea. You can brew a soothing cup of tea while you settle in with this gorgeous quilt. There was a picture of it online. It is just beautiful. And Sharon Bishop and Margaret Vermeulen donated this to us. We've had other anonymous donors contribute to this package too. And the winner is, I would say, the envelope, please. Cheryl Mogren. Cheryl is our winner this morning. Actually, I know Cheryl bought a bunch of raffle tickets. So, and I think that this was like the one she brought the most to. So congratulations, Cheryl, on winning that. So next is the perennially popular jar of cash. How much is in here? Ooh, a lot. I'm not telling, but you'll be happy. Thanks to our board of directors on this, they donated to make that happen. And the winner is, the envelope, please. Patty Hadeland is the winner. Oh my gosh, Patty, that's amazing because Patty won this. Patty won this last year. Oh gosh, congratulations, Patty. You are one lucky individual. I'm going to have you buy me some lottery tickets. That's fabulous. Thank you for buying tickets for that. Okay, so the next one is Take Me Out for Takeout. So I've been doing a lot of cooking at home these days, and I'm getting kind of tired of my own cooking. My guess is you're a little bit like me, and so this is the perfect package for you. Because of the struggles the restaurants are having right now, our Circle of Strength event committee stepped up and donated money to buy gift cards to restaurants who have donated to NCC in the past. We didn't want to ask restaurants that are already struggling to donate like we usually do. So a big thanks to the committee for putting money forward for that, to buy gift cards. It's amazing though, because even with that offer, both Pastini and Fleur de Lis Bakery Cafe both donated anyway. They said, you know, we believe in the work you're doing and we want to support it with a donation, even during these difficult times. So we're very thankful to them. There's also several other great gift cards, Dews and Higgins and Sailors. So let's see who the winner is. Wendy Newton, lots of delicious meals coming your way, Wendy. Congratulations. Next is Princess Story Time. Some special child is in for a treat from Princess and the Pea. So this is a song and even a coronation for the little one. I don't know if you saw the introductory video on our website, but it is totally adorable. It's going to be fabulous. A big thanks to Jane Duffy, who's Princess and the Pea, and an anonymous donor for making this happen. And the winner is Melissa Nelson. Congratulations, Melissa. A wonderful little one is going to have a great time. In fact, that's the second winner at Melissa's table. 2 winners at her table. Another lucky table. I think maybe I'll ask you for lottery tickets as well. And finally, a bit of indulgence and sparkle. This package has is all about bling. It has a Nordstrom gift card and some handmade jewelry from Etsy. But this is another place where the COS, Circle of Strength Event Committee, contributed to support businesses. And yet again, we have a wonderful donation from the arrangement, who also kicked in additional dollars for this gift card. When I went and picked it up, I bought some cute little candles, and I think I'm gonna go back and buy some jewelry and maybe some cards and a scarf or something for Christmas. And the winner this year is Louise Casper. Congratulations, Louise. You are gonna look fabulous at your next Zoom event. Congratulations to all our winners. We'll be communicating with you and talking about getting your items to you. We did items this year that were easy to ship, obviously, given the circumstances. So thank you to all of our donors for those packages as well. So we've reached the end of this year's Circle of Strength, the 19th year. It was a new way of doing things. I hope you had fun and learned a little bit about the Counseling Center. All the donation links on our website, on the Facebook page, or on text will stay active, of course. And a recording of this event will be on our YouTube page. So if someone missed it, they can tune in there and see it. We're going to leave you today with a message of thanks from our staff, our speakers, and ultimately the clients that you are helping, along with a song of togetherness as we look toward being together next year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.